Hello everyone, I'm here to talk about rebalances and why people are insane. Specifically, why is everyone hating on the new rebalances? I don't get it. The game needs these desperately. The game has the most content it's ever had with all of the new events and all of the maps. But it's so boring because there's no strategy and there's nothing the original game had that made it fun. What's more insane to me is that people think that this will kill TDX, which it might make it a little unenjoyable for people who aren't good at strategy, but TDX, believe it or not, being a tower defense game, is in the strategy genre, meaning you're supposed to use strategy. Wow, I know, it's so crazy. You're supposed to use your brain when playing. And even if the game did become incredibly hard, honestly, that'd probably be good for the game. The game had great difficulty at the beginning. If they can make it just like it was at the beginning, that would be amazing. If we can, let's compare it to TDS real quick. They're like competitors in terms of player count, and right now they're both incredibly easy, in my opinion at least. So if you just make the game more difficult, that would just make a significant more difference between the two of them. Speaking of people's opinions, I was going into a lobby and I was asking around, and someone said, I like to enjoy the game. And my question to that, which I never got answered, was what is there to enjoy when you place the same six towers every single game and just win? Like, with the spawner tower and how brain dead Golden Mobster and Cryo Mortar are, it's just like exactly what everyone thinks tower defense games are, where you just place down the tower and it wins. Like, it doesn't make sense. See, the best part about TDX back in like Christmas 24 and earlier was you had to manage your money. You had to place towers in optimal spots to get the best DPS. You had to place them in a way so that it didn't get targeted. And you can place baits to even help with that. But now all of those things have been removed by new towers being broken, and the things that made the game good just are gone. I am almost certain you can ask any player who played back then, like in that 2023, 2024, and they'd say it's better just because of all the factors that the game had. I've seen some people who seem really annoyed that Golden Mobster is gonna get gutted, but it's like completely removed one of the main factors of having to manage money. Since your tower used to die and waste money. Like, let's talk about Golden Juggernaut. Like, its bottom path is like $200,000. Back like then, if that tower died, $200,000 is a lot of money, specifically when you're thinking of like $1 million basis. That's like you can only get five of those for $1 million, so having one die is incredibly devastating. But Golden Mobster, you can make $100,000 with just one use of an ability, and then it reloads for a butt ton of cash, and then you can also get tower money off of its death, and then it's like insanely good at early game. It's so stupidly broken of a tower that it needs to be nerfed. And speaking of tower dying, the spawners are so boring. The first two or three games with them was fun, watching them completely destroy everything. And then it becomes waiting, and then there's no more excitement in that. There's no strategy in it either. My opinion, it's stupid that the hardest mode, which is Ultra, or supposed to be Ultra, can be beaten with only spawner towers, which means you don't actually have a challenge. You're just spending 90% of the game waiting, and then, like, the 10% at the beginning, maybe it's a little bit stressful, and other than that, it's just waiting. Spawner towers are just waiting. And if you're thinking, don't use spawner towers and it'll make the game way more fun, think again. We got healing towers like Combat Medic and Shield. They're so broken at healing and protecting. I guess a lot of people might not know this because they've just been sucked into the spawner meta, but they are incredibly broken. So in this game I'm showing, I didn't use any spawner towers, and neither did my teammates, other than the Golden Mobster's normal spawns. And I had like maybe 5 to 8 of my towers permanently die the entire game that were on land, and that was with like the Emperor using like his lifesteal attack 3 times, the getting nuked and by the Alpha Predator, and then like the combat ERAD and the X2 troopers just shooting them all. Like the shield tower can heal a ton as well as protect a ton, and then even if it breaks through the shield, combat medic heals a butt ton as well. And then even if it gets through all of that shield and all that healing, top path combat medic heal revives your tower for like only $40,000. So you don't lose anything from that either, which is insanely broken. In my opinion, medic should have been the only tower to heal slash protect your towers. It was balanced. You could only target one tower at a time, and like that one tower wouldn't die. So with medic, it'd be like two or three of your towers wouldn't die after a boss's big attack, or like some minor chip damage wouldn't eventually kill your tower. But like, and that was so good, especially before Golden Mobster, where money was much more limited. But it still didn't just like stop all of your towers from dying. You still would need to think when you place them and still be ready to replace them. But it was really good for being what it did, but it just removes the core aspect of your towers dying, combat medic and shield tower. What I think people are most afraid of is that it's gonna kill the nightmare towers with the nerfs, which is a fair point, especially since the grind for them is really long. I mean, I still don't have Commando or Refractor, but when you think about it, 30 towers are getting rebalanced, which means most likely the majority of them are gonna be nerfs, since there's a lot of broken stuff in the game already, which means that most likely the towers that were good, like normal towers, not nightmare towers, those are going to get nerfed a bit, and so will nightmare towers. So they'll still be about the same, like, power level in terms of, like, the rating between them, but now nightmare towers just wouldn't win the game for you. You couldn't just use spawner meta and have it win. Now you'd use other towers. So your Nightmare towers still would be on top, but they would actually struggle when like playing the game. My only complaint I can give is that they're adding 3 new towers, which doesn't make sense. Like at this moment, you're gonna rebalance 30 towers and then as well add 3 new ones, and then make them one path as well. I guess maybe we needed some more intermediate towers and early game towers, but that shouldn't be the main priority right now, especially if you're going to make them one path. That's all I have to say. Let me know down in the comments what you have to think about the rebalances. Stay respectful. See y'all later.